Afternoon, all you happy people. It is Sunday, November 16th, 2025. How do you break a house that is grassroots embedded in its own self-preservation, i.e., patriotism? And in Texas and across America, in especially rural America, we have a very, very strong empathy for self and for others like us. And by others like us, I mean like our neighbors. Now, neighbors could be just the guy next door, could be the neighborhood, could be your city, could be your county. Ain't gonna lie, since I moved out to Montgomery County here in Willis, Texas, my sense of community is greatly heightened and expanded. Willis is no longer a fly speck on the map of Texas. It's a little bit more now, but it's still small town, guys. And I love it greatly. But what I love most of all is community's willingness to help one another. My neighbor to the right of me, literally, came over and helped me when I was broke down on the side of the road. My neighbor on the other side helped me cut up a tree and tow it to the back fire area. We all call and check on each other and make sure we're all good. I listen to a lot of sci-fi dramas on YouTube. And a very dominant, almost pillar of all these sci-fi dramas is humanity. as a resilient and adaptive thread in the universe. And this is consistent over almost every episode that I've ever listened to. And it also focuses on empathy. The soldier, the former soldier, the mechanic, all humans doing what's right, not what's socially or legally dominant. Like helping an injured child, helping a homeless person. You know, we saw a lot of bootstraps recently with this whole government shutdown thing, where churches and food banks and everybody else stepped up to give out food to the needy. Even up here in Willis, we had several of our schools open up their pantries and gave out food, as well as a few churches did that too. So it's, you know, the Bible teaches that the church and Christians are to help the widows and the orphans. And that's not the job of the government. The government has come in and is trying to replace God and the church in its ability to take care of its people. Now, I appreciate what the government does in feeding people, but obviously it's not doing it right, because we still have homeless, we still have hungry, we still have we're supposed to be that shining city on the hill. But just like any other literary novel about a shining city on the hill, there is a dark underbelly to it. Corruption, homelessness, hunger, slavery, gambling, blackmail. You name it, it's just there. It's just around the corner in the dark. How do you break a house that is united? You divide it. You feed the lackadaisicalness. You let the house thrive and become complacent, and its chain becomes weak. And once the chain becomes weak, it's easy to divide it. We have seen in the last several years politicians, leaders in our cities, our states, our federal government, world stages, leaders calling for violence amongst ourselves. We had that, guys. We had that in the Civil War. Brother against brothers. Fathers against sons. Families sending their children to other states in hopes that at least one of them would survive. In psychological terms, we are becoming, or we are moving to a sociopathy way of thinking, which is where we get sociopath. When a person has, through manipulation and construct, has become very much less empathetic. They no longer demonstrate empathy for their brother. And this has been a gradual thing that's happened in our society, where we literally are so focused on life in our own hither-tither and to and fro, and getting from point A to point B to point C, that we don't see the need, the homeless. Now, it's not our jobs. The Bible doesn't tell us it's our jobs directly to lift up and take in and shelter a homeless person. But Jesus did say that when I was clothed, when I was naked, did you clothe me? When I was hungry, did you feed me? When I was ill, did you not treat my wounds? That which you've done for the least of me, of my people, that which you've done to me. Guys, that Bible verse is so lost. I mean, it's in today's society, it is almost non-existent. Nobody practices this. I mean, it's the heart of the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, guys. That's what that's talking about. You know? If you see a person on fire, put them out. If you see a person drowning, jump in and try to save them. If you see a person laying in the street, gunned down, try to help them. You know, we have good Samaritan laws that, keep people from getting, retribution and retaliation against you if, you don't save them. Point is, you tried. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company. That's the song I see. We grew up on that song. It's a small world. Everybody deserves, air to breathe and water to drink, food to eat. We've come to a point where, guys, we're a person is gunned down in cold blood and parties happen. Where is our humanity? Is there even enough humanity left in humanity to be human? Or are we so defined by our ideology? No, I'm not human. me. You know? I don't care about other people. I just care about me. That is narcissism in its purest form, guys. If benevolent aliens, say like the Vulcans in Star Trek, were to come down right now and initiate first contact, how would they be treated, guys? I mean, let's look at it. I mean, I use the Vulcans specifically. They were our first contact in Star Trek, but you know, anybody who knows Star Trek knows that the Vulcans were a peaceful people, bent on truth and logic. How would they be received? And more importantly, would they even want to come and see us? Where we're fighting because we have too much? Where we're fighting because we have so much, and we're imagining and creating new things to fight about? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you take a potato and you put it in the microwave and you press popcorn, when it beeps and it's done, you open the door, it's still a potato. I don't care what the feels and stuff say. A potato is always a potato, unless it's made in the French fries. That's right.